And we really end up with a lawsuit on our hands, right?
Start over, Darcy.
I shall start over, Your Honor. Welcome to the National LGBT Bar Association's Out and Proud Corporate Counsel Awards reception. My name is Darcy Chemnitz, and I am the Executive Director of the National LGBT Bar. We are delighted to bring our Out and Proud Corp Counsel Award reception to Houston for the first time, hopefully not the last. And it is wonderful to have all of you here with us tonight. And I'd like to, of course, thank our sponsors whose generous support has made this evening possible. Our gold level sponsors tonight are Reed Smith and Steptoe and Johnson. Yay! Reed Smith generously donates office space to our organization. We're K Street Lawyers in DC. And of course, we'd like to acknowledge our friends at Steptoe and Johnson who are here with us this evening. We very much appreciate your generous support for tonight's reception. And do please look in your programs for a full listing of all the other sponsors for this evening. We are grateful for all of their support. Through the Out and Proud Corporate Counsel Awards, the National LGBT Bar Association's Corporate Counsel Division recognizes outstanding LGBT and, of course, straight allies in their corporate counsel jobs for their contributions to equality in the legal profession. And we are pleased to present tonight's Out and Proud Corporate Counsel Award to Shell Oil Company's Legal Department. Shell Oil Company boasts a model diversity plan which is lauded within the legal profession and highlighted as a best practice standard by the Minority Corporate Counsel Association. The plan holds all members of the company accountable for advancing diversity and calls for company leaders to serve as role models in these efforts. Individuals and groups are also encouraged to partner with local organizations and participate in external events to better enhance the visibility of Shell's diversity initiative. Shell's LGBT Employee Affinity Group, C-Shell, participates in events such as the Gay and Lesbian Pride Parade, Houston's LGBT Expo, and AIDS Walks. The group is committed to respecting all employees' beliefs while advancing the notion of acceptance and equality. Within Shell's legal department, the LGBT Bar has been fortunate to work with two true diversity champions, Cicelon Nichols-Hurd and Kent Crowell. Kent and Cicelon's continued work on diversity issues within the legal profession truly epitomize the strength of our straight allies working on behalf of the LGBT movement, and we are truly grateful to include them in our diversity efforts. Thank you, Kent and Cicelon, for all you do for our community. I remember Cicelon, you once said, straight allies. I like the sound of that. Thank you for all you do. So we are honored tonight to be joined by Shell Oil Company's Executive Vice President and General Counsel, Mr. Curtis Frazier. Since joining Shell Oil Company in 1982, Mr. Frazier has held several positions within Shell's legal organization in Houston, London, and The Hague, including serving as Secretary to the Royal Dutch Shell Committee of Managing Directors and the Joint Conference of the Boards of Royal Dutch Petroleum, the Shell Transport and Trading Company, and later as General Counsel of Shell's Global Exploration and Production Business. Mr. Frazier has also led a number of business units within Shell, serving as Vice President of Tejas, am I pronouncing that, sir? Yeah. Gas Corporation, Senior Vice President of Coral Energy, President of Shell Midstream Enterprises, and President of Shell U.S. Gas and Power. He has also served as a Director of Shell Oil Company, Shell Petroleum, and Enterprise Products Partner. Mr. Frazier is currently a member of the Law Committee of the American Petroleum Institute, an advisory board member of the Institute for Energy Law, a member of the General Counsel Forum, a member of the Board of Directors of the ASU Global Institute of Sustainability, and an advisory director of Houston Achievement Place. So ladies and gentlemen, it is a true honor for me to introduce Executive Vice President and General Counsel Curtis Frazier, who will accept tonight's award on behalf of the legal department. We're really proud of you.
Wow, I feel old and tired now after all of that. It's a real honor to be here to accept this award on behalf of an entire organization, the Shell Oil Company Legal Department. It's kind of tonight a celebration, I think, of the diversity of our workplace, It's a celebration of the diversity of our legal staff and a celebration of the accomplishments that we've all achieved over the last several years together. So it's like the village thing, you know, there's lots and lots of people in Shell and in Shell Legal who are involved in lots of diversity initiatives, including the initiatives around the LGBT community. So if you're a Shell diversity person associated with all the work that's gone on this, like wave your arms in the air or something in the room and be recognized. It's I mean, they should be up here and not me, really. So there have been a few key milestones on the journey for Shell Oil Company. In 1996, we added sexual orientation to our equal employment or equal opportunity non-discrimination policy. Also in 1996, C-Shell, that you heard about, our LGBT affinity network, was created. And one of the things you have to learn to tolerate when you work for Shell is that anything that can be or might be named after some kind of a shellfish gets named after a shellfish. So we got Seashell, and people say to me, "What's Seashell? What does that stand for?" So it's support, equality. What's the A, Simon? Awareness. SEA. See, I can't even remember. It's a crazy thing. So support, equality, awareness. Seashell is our affinity group for the LGBT issues and community. And there are a lot of Shell legal staff who are members of that. And in fact, Simon, who just gave us that trivia answer, is a member of the Shell Oil legal staff, and he's the co-chairman of C-Shell this year. And then I have the privilege of serving on the executive advisory board of C-Shell. So we have a very large connection between Shell Legal and our C-Shell network. Of course, there are 4 other very senior Shell leaders who serve on our executive advisory board as well. So that all happened in 1996. That group was put together. In 1997, we added domestic partner benefits, which was a big shift for Shell and a huge accomplishment. A lot of work went into that. And in 2000, what was it, 2005 or 2007? 2008. Wow, 2008, we got the gender identity added to our equal opportunity non-discrimination policy. So that was a huge effort. None of those big milestones could have been achieved without C-Shell being in the middle of those things with their entire community working that, including several members of the Shell legal organization as a party to that, but also in connection with the Shell legal department. And you know, one of the sad realities that we all understand too well is that law is a instrumentality, really, of continued discrimination against the LGBT community. So we wake up every morning in Texas where same-sex couples are not allowed to be married, and then we have federal laws and regulations, over 1,000 of them, that in combination with that create a legal framework for discrimination against same-sex couples around America. The majority of LGBT couples in America then face this legal framework of inequality. So we have a long way to go in America in this issue, and you wake up working this thing every day. You can kind of be overwhelmed sometimes, I am, with the relentlessness of this journey and the sometimes 2 steps forward, 1 step back that we work through. And Shell Oil Company is a long way from being perfect. So we kind of accept this award very humbly. We take it as a celebration tonight for the successes we've achieved, but we also tonight recommit and pledge to continue to actively pursue equality, true equality across the board for all members of the LGBT community. So thank you very much for this.
Again, congratulations, Curtis, if I may call you Curtis now, part of the family, right? Sisselan, Kent, Jim, don't mean to overlook Jim, and the entire Shell legal team. Thank you everyone for coming tonight, and of course thank you the sponsors for the generous support. We hope to see you at our upcoming events. We've got the Lavender Law Conference and Career Fair, which will take place in Washington, D.C., August 23rd through the 25th. And I am delighted to report that the United States Attorney General, Mr. Eric Holder, will be presenting this year's keynote address. We hope to see you there. Enjoy the rest of your evening.